Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the first edition of Cybersecurity Mentoring Program for the 2015 edition. And I believe that it's been a wonderful year for you so far and planning on how to progress your career for the new year. Today, we have invited someone that I believe has a lot to share from his experience working in financial sector, fintech, and the likes. But before we go straight ahead to our speaker today, I thought some people may be joining us for the first time, and therefore it's important that I introduce Cybersecurity Mentoring Group. So Cybersecurity Mentoring Group is, from the name, it's just a group for helping people who are starting off in cybersecurity, people who are experienced, want to share their journey so that, with the benefit of learning from people that are ahead, you can simply avoid some mistakes. So we have done this since 2014, inviting professionals who share their thoughts and how they've been able to navigate the cybersecurity world. And so we thought also we need to document some things about cybersecurity jobs. And so in 2023, we collated some jobs and look at the top skills and competencies and certifications that we believe people should be aware of, because these are the things that employers are looking for. And in 2024, we also did the same thing. So this is the second edition of the sought after cybersecurity skills, competencies, and certification. It is already on our on our LinkedIn page, so you can download and look at the top jobs, top certifications, and the top skills that employers are looking for. And I have also identified the top 5 jobs. And with those top 5 jobs, I identified these competencies, the soft skills, and the functional skills that you are expected to, to be able to demonstrate, whether it's in terms of protecting information assets, monitoring information assets, configuring information assets, reporting on cybersecurity, and responding to incidents. All of those things have also been documented, and I believe that they will be of great help as you progress in your career. The other thing that I would also like to share, I also developed what I call a cybersecurity growth plan. What exactly is this about? It is that from the cybersecurity skills, competencies, and certifications, what then do you do? I thought that it would be good to guide people to, plan more or less like calendarize the year and fix some competencies that they would like to either skills they would like to improve upon, new courses they would like to take, certifications they would like to earn, and either seminar or webinars they would like to attend. So all of the topics or things that you are expected to know, for instance, as a cybersecurity analyst, some of them are on the right-hand side that you can pick and say, I'm interested in this and I would like to achieve, this level of competence, maybe Q1 or Q2, or as the case may be. And you can also identify the certifications that you would like to also take up. CompTIA is there, AWS certified practitioner is there, and a lot of other certifications. And you can then plan your time and your study and fix them in the calendar just for tracking your progress. So all of these, you can find them on our page, on the Cybersecurity Mentoring Group, LinkedIn. PDF versions have been uploaded, and you can download and, recreate them in case these are not your priorities. In the cybersecurity skills and certifications publication, you will find the top tools that are common, the commonest tools, cybersecurity tools that employers expect or that really should up most on most job applications. And that is in a way is telling you these are the tools that I need to be familiar with. You find the certifications that are occur the most in jobs, and you find also the skills that or the topics that were mentioned the most. All of this is to help you prepare for those opportunities because they are always there. And having laid this foundation, I think it is a good time to go to the next and the important part of the program. So today, I've invited Zechariah. We call him Leke, we call him Zech, whichever one you're familiar with. Just a little about Zech. Our path crossed when we worked together in InterSwitch. I can't remember the year, maybe 2000, and it would tell us in his stories. And I must confess that Zach is a very busy man. To get hold of Zach, it took a lot, but I'm kind of happy that he was able to let us tap into his experience. And we've invited him here. And I want to ask you to, get your questions ready. Zach has a lot of experience, whether in operational area or in leadership. Also, he delivers speeches from time to time. So we've brought someone that has seen a lot of things in cybersecurity, and you can learn from that experience. Zach, welcome and thank you for joining us today.
All right, thank you, Wale. I really appreciate your time and efforts, and so I appreciate what you're doing back to the cybersecurity professionals. And
it was not easy to get
you. Yeah. So thank you. Yes.
All right. So like I said, so the section is divided into two. The first part is so there are some people in the waiting room. Let me admit them. It's divided into two. The first one is to draw inspiration from your journey. And so I just checked your LinkedIn page and I was trying to just let me get some background information. But I want you to tell your story, to inspire people that are listening. Can you just share with us how you got into cybersecurity?
All right. Thank you, Wale, for this opportunity and to come and share my story and also to collaborate with wonderful initiative that you are doing. This is a very laudable one. So well done. I've been so let me start with my story. So I started my career as somebody that is just so passionate about uh, technology. So I study physics. I have BSc physics, and I also have I have 2 degrees actually, BSc physics and also HND electrical engineering. But in my journey when I was studying physics, I intentionally studied physics because I already have background in engineering, and I actually wanted to study computer science. But at the time minute, when I put in for the direct entry, I feel like why studying something that I'm familiar with? I changed to physics. I was the only person that chose physics as the first choice when I came in to direct entry to the University of Ibadan. So because of the passion I have for computer, I do a lot of stuff. Back then when people do cyber cafe before you browse, especially in Nigeria, people in the other part of the world may not understand what you're saying. I know Wale can relate with it. That if you want to browse,
Yeah.
you have to go for overnight browsing so that to be cheaper. And so I started configuring computer, buying different computer part, motherboard, hard disk, and casing, fix them together, assemble computer. So I enrolled for A plus, computer A plus certification. And even though I didn't write the certification, but I master the content, everything about A plus. A plus is about certification for people that want to do IT support and all of that. So along the line, I was also doing web designing. I learned HTML, I learned JavaScript, and I got stuck to the extent that, okay, I needed to develop something dynamic. I now realized that HTML and JavaScript would not be sufficient. Back then, you can't use JavaScript for server-side scripting. So I pick up a course on PHP. I learned PHP and I did C Sharp, VB.NET. So I was just doing everything, both computer networking, support, and programming. So I went for my NYC, but I was open for any kind of job. But unfortunately for me, the first job that came my way was software engineering job. So when I finished my NYC, I actually got the job before I finished my NYC, what was a PHP developer. So I joined a fintech company as a software engineer. I did that for 4 years before I had the opportunity to work in a bank. When along the line, I did the Oracle certification, OCA, OCP. I was planning to do my OCM, Oracle Certified Masters, when I got the bank opportunity. I thought that was going to be like kind of an Oracle developer job. So on getting to the bank, I realized that I was doing more of scripting, more of data analyst. And data analyst job is not as detailed as we do it today, that you can specialize in data engineering, you can specialize in artificial intelligence. But what I was basically doing, it was more of data mining, extracting data from different databases, using SQL, PLSQL, Transact SQL. So I wasn't so challenged with that job. And because I was also working with the financial auditors, so people that don't understand technology so much, so they don't yes, I was giving them value, they just see me as a utilities staff. So I just decided, okay, what is more related to cybersecurity and also related to finance, related to audit. So I pick up a course on CISA, Certified Information System Auditor by ISACA. I joined ISACA membership. I read all the content of CISA, but I wasn't so comfortable with CISA content. I pick up content on CISM, Certified Information Security Manager. I read all the content. I did CISM certification. I also pick up, as I was doing the CISM, I was also doing some courses on ethical hacking, set up lab on Kali. I studied everything on the CH. I used 1 year to practice for CH. So I didn't go through the dump. And when I decided to write the CH certification, I was shocked to be announced that I was one of the highest scorer in the when it comes to, and the CH engaged me. DC Council engaged me that I should be one of their examiner. So that's how I find myself in cybersecurity. So from Oracle developer, I just moved into cybersecurity. I was doing application security, and I was doing ethical hacking. I was doing a lot of. I did a lot of competition, bug bounty program, and did some ethical hacking competition. I tried so many lab, and what shocked me was that in one of my trials, I just saw a competition by Easy Council. I just said, let me just give it a try. I was surprised to be announced as as the EC Council Certified Electrical Hacker of the Year. That was 2016. That was like, I was the first Africa to have that to be given that kind of category of award, and I was invited to Atlanta to come and pick up so that gave me the motivation to the recognition gave me the motivation to delve into the offensive security. So I did offensive security for so many years before transiting. No, I've worn different hats. Defensive engineer, offensive engineer, and I also did the thing. In what brought me to Ita Switch, I think it was that was a time that one of the banks I was working with, Ita Switch developed an application for us. And lo and behold, I was able to discover some vulnerabilities, serious vulnerabilities, and I think that was what gave me the visibility in the industry. So a year later, I saw an opportunity that it was looking for head of information security. I just applied. Immediately I applied. I didn't know that information has gone around that this was the guy that did some hacking on the switch platform. Although it was I declared the vulnerabilities, and it was a smooth ride for me. So when I joined, I think I joined it switch 2017. So that's when I had the opportunity to work closely with Wale and also yeah, so that's the journey so far. So for today, I've had the opportunity to speak in different conferences, the most technical conferences in the world, Black Hats. I've spoken in one of the largest technology conferences, and I've had the opportunity to deliver workshops in different big conferences like Black Hats, GITEX, Info Security, North America, ISACA, and also have the opportunity to deliver workshop in different forum, both at the local level and also at the international level. So that's my journey so far. So I'm still very passionate about cybersecurity. I'm a cybersecurity leader and also very hands-on as well. I have a group of people that I mentor, both the offensive security engineers and the defensive security engineer, even the compliance guys. So today I also have, that for me, because I love to deliver, to contribute to the body of society. I'm one of the examiner for CH Center Certified Electrical, one of the examiner for Certified Data Privacy Security Engineer, and also I'm one of the moderator for different examining body, and also I serve an advisory board for different companies like Pact, and also have my startup company in United States, in Dallas. Yeah, so I do cybersecurity consulting and CISO services. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know it was you. I'll leave the gist for another day. but I want to draw some, I want the people listening to draw some inspiration from your journey. So permit me to use words, it's like you are restless in terms of knowledge. What if you were to give people some, something they can take away from this journey of navigating operational area, offensive, defensive, and now in leadership? What would you say exactly is your main motivation and that they can take away?
Okay, my motivation is excellence. I strive for excellence, and wherever I find myself, I want to ensure that I deliver my very best, and also I'm very keen when it comes to knowledge. I'm very thirsty for knowledge, and so excellence drive me. And no matter where I find myself, I want to be sure that I want to improve on the system. And I think that's that excellency and also the recognition I'm also getting also encouraging me, because there was a point in time when my organization, we engage it, we use one of the big top 5 OEMs at least the top 5 technology company in the world, the FANG. So we're using their products, and I was able to discover critical vulnerabilities, not just exploitable vulnerabilities in 2 of those products for different OEM. And even though before the escalation process took a while, at the end of the day, they acknowledged the vulnerability and they were able to release a patch worldwide to their stuff. I think that also gave me, because in the process of you trying to see if there is an issue and you discover that the issue affects not only you, affect the product, people that are using the product globally. So that also give me the motivation to want to do more, because cybersecurity is the way you practice cybersecurity in Africa is the same thing in Europe, Asia, Africa. A vulnerability is a vulnerability. SQL injection is SQL injection all over the world. It doesn't really matter. So that's what gives me, and also is a kind of a feed that you don't need to be regionalized before you can practice some feed. Before you can practice them, you need to go for, maybe if you, for example, in some field, if you travel from one region, maybe you leave Africa, you go to North America, you need to also go and learn some ethics. So the ethics, the standard and ethics for cybersecurity or technology generally is universal. So we speak universal language. So that gives me the opportunity to navigate from Africa to Europe to United Kingdom to North America, speaking the same language. Not really. I don't need to go and learn something differently if I'm in the US or if I'm in Iran. So I think that gives me the motivation, and also I'm also motivated to also passionate about knowledge, and it's a kind of feed that for you to remain relevant, you must be tested for knowledge. And and I'm a kind of person that's very thirsty for knowledge, and that give me the restless spirit that I have, because I want to learn new things every now and then, right?
Excellent.
So,
Thank you. I think I'll probably maybe leave to the later part of the program for you to talk about this bounty. And I know some people, ethical hacking is a very sexy area of cybersecurity. People love it. And I would like you, if you maybe later as we go on, you can talk about how people can, because I also know that people earn a lot of money participating in these competitions. But let's get into our main questions for today. So first is to look at cybersecurity in 2025. And I just want to get your thoughts on what you think are the main cyber risk that organizations will face in this 2025.
all right. So in 2025, because the technology is evolving, as technology is evolving, the very bad guys are also evolving in their techniques, in their tactics, and procedure. So in 2025, as we people are shouting the buzzword about AI, everybody is learning about AI, and also the different technology companies are leveraging on AI, and even the companies are leveraging on AI to transform their process. So there will be more AI-driven cyber attacks. The cyber criminals too are also leveraging on artificial intelligence to automate and also to scale up their attacks. So what then in this 2025 we should be expecting more of adaptive malware, and a malware that will be so sophisticated that will be learning your environment, just like the way AI-driven technology can learn your environment and also learn the behavior of the way your EDR, the extended detection and response system, or your endpoint detection response works. So we should be expecting more of such AI-driven cyber attacks to evade different technology, the anti-malware, the EDR that you have. You also be expecting much of deepfake-based phishing attack, as we have the deepfake technology, and last year we experienced some deepfake technology attack. That's a company that a CFO was persuaded to approve amount. So they compromised the collaborative solution that the organization are using, and somebody set up a meeting as the CEO of a company. It was a video meeting, and the gesture, the person looked exactly like the CEO, and instructed the CFO to approve to initiate a transfer, and CFO did that, and only for some hours later to realize that it was a deepfake technology phishing attack. And we should be expecting much of that this year. And also, we should also be expecting quantum computing threats. So as we can see that for the last few months, organizations are leveraging, especially the technology company are leveraging on the quantum mechanics to transform the way computing works. With the quantum, with the quantum mechanics, you can easily unravel the traditional encryption methods. So we should be expecting more of quantum computing threats, and also so there'll be more data exposure, and there'll be more intellectual property stolen this year. So this year, as we all know about the need for us to collaborate with different bodies, like banks need to collaborate with different fintech, collaborate with different organizations, need to collaborate. I also mentioned about how I discover and exploitable vulnerabilities in one of the top two top tech company, and we leverage on the like this collaboration that we're using. It's not we leverage also. We should be expecting more supply chain vulnerabilities because of the increasing independence when it comes to third-party vendors. Yeah, you might try your best as a company, as an organization, to do your very best, but the supply chains, people that you are engaging, so we should expect more vulnerabilities and targeting our critical infrastructure and software. Then this year, yes, for the past few months, we've been experiencing ransomware attacks. There'll be more ransomware attacks because the cyber criminal are leveraging on generative AI. So the generative AI to spoof emails and also spoof phone calls. So ransomware attacks might be on the rise. And also, the last but not the least, we can see what is going on in the world right now. There might be more geopolitical threats. There'll be more cyber state sponsor attack. There'll be more coordinated attacks. So to be on the rise because of the war going on between between different countries, and also because of the everybody want to create show supremacy. So there might be some more state sponsor attacks. So these are to me, the top 5 cyber security risks that are on the rise this 2025. Right, yeah.
Thank you, Dickie. You said 5. I listed about 7.
Okay.
But I'm sure they are related anyway.
They are
Now,
related,
so,
yeah.
So for cybersecurity professional, what do you? So I'm sure there are some cybersecurity professionals on the call, and they are thinking with all of these things that you have mentioned: AI-driven, deepfake, quantum computing, data exposure, IP, intellectual property, supply chain, and ransomware. With all of these things, what do you think a cybersecurity professional should be doing to protect their organization?
All right. So to protect our organization, you can see that there are a lot of works that need to be done. So as a cyber criminal leveraging on AI, as we're having AI-driven cyber attacks. So it's come to reality that you can't use a traditional system, traditional firewall, traditional antivirus system cannot be used again. So if you are using traditional system to combat AI-driven attacks, you are not ready for the fight. So I think as a professional, you need to leverage on AI-based defense systems, and you need to implement AI-driven security solution that can detect and respond to threat in the real time, not signature-based, heuristic-based stuff is not sufficient again. So you need to look at the AI-based defense system. So what we should focus on, like in my organization, I've trying to revolutionize all my systems to ensure that they are all AI-driven. Because if the criminals are leveraging on AI, I'm leveraging on so I'm not ready for the fight. It's a warfare. So then there is a need for us to do more on continuous monitoring, regular monitor our traffics, and also as we are doing the monitoring, we can't be doing the traditional 24/7, having people that work 24/7. Yes, it's good to have people working by 24/7. You also need to leverage on the user behavioral entity and user entity behavior analytics whenever you are doing your monitoring. So, and that is one of the application of AI in the UEAP, the user entity behavior analytics. You need to leverage on that. You need to plug in that into your monitoring solution, like your SIM, like your EDR. You also ensure that if you are to procure a new SIM, a new EDR, make sure that you leverage on those SIM that has that capability. And also your use cases need to be well tested. And also, then training is very key. Educate your employee, educate your cyber warriors, your staff, let them have a proper education, proper red teaming, operation education, proper ethical hacking, proper defensive, and they educate different people. Their awareness is very key. Then to combat the quantum threats, the quantum computing threats, there are some technology that we need to start looking at. So the first technology I will mention, that we mention is post-quantum cryptography. So what does it mean? So this kind of technology can combat a quantum-related attack, especially a quantum-related attack. So you need to invest and transition to quantum-resistant encryption algorithm. So post-quantum cryptography, yes, I'm happy that some of the top encryption providers are already leveraging on this post-quantum cryptography. Then you need to do more research and development. You need to stay updated because the very bad guys, they when it comes to research and development, they are very focused. We need to do more research on quantum computing. If it's a financial organization, do more research on a blockchain technology, do research more on the blockchain security. The risk assessment is very key. You need to regularly assess your risks, especially the risks of all these new the impact on the impact on this new technology. And also for the supply chain, yes, the traditional vendor risk management is key. Make sure you do a thorough security assessment on your third party, and make sure that they adhere to the security standard, and also make sure that the SLA, the service level agreement, is tight. Make sure that the administrative control is key. Then you also need to ensure that there's a kind of a transparency. You need to increase the visibility in your supply chain, and also you need to work more. We need to work more on incident response. So we need to develop and test incident response, especially when it comes to supply chain attacks. Therefore, ransomware, we need to work more. I think backup is key. So we need to not to encourage those bad guys, because if you keep paying the ransom, you are encouraging them to do more. So if you do regular backups, if at all you are exposed to ransomware attack, you can easily fall back to your backup and make sure that your backups are encrypted. Your backup data are encrypted, so that in case if your backup data maybe maybe are infiltrated one way or the other, so whosoever that has that data, they will not be able to make money out of that data. And the backup data is need to be encrypted. Need to invest more on the advanced endpoint protection solution like ADR, XDR, MDR technology that can easily block different variant of malware, whether ransomware or whatever. That, and then the awareness, user awareness is very key. Regular awareness is very key, so that yes, you can invest on all this technology, but people might just, because of lack of awareness, they might expose themselves. So you need to let them know that for the geopolitical threats, I think there's a need for collaboration with authorities, collaboration with government agency, the critical the critical law enforcement agents. We need to collaborate and also look for a way to share threat intelligence. You can also collaborate in such a way that the threat intelligence got in. For example, if there is a kind of attack, or if there is a IOC, a non-IOC being shared, you can easily get those IOC that you got in, maybe from a different intelligence body, and you can easily automate the blocking of those IOC, should in case if such attack need to be replicated in your environment. So we need to invest on threat intelligence and to stay informed, threat intelligence services, and so not just so that you can get feed from different angle, feed from what is happening at the dark web, feed of what is happening maybe by a particular threat actors, so that you can you need to automate that. So in my organization, what I did differently, I made sure that I have a threat intelligence team, and also have the red team operation team. So the team that any technology that we buy, that want to invest on, they look for a way to evade the technology, and also team of people that do play the offensive role, so that will not have this fake sense of security. You be thinking that you are secured, maybe because you purchased a solution, you have secured. Meanwhile, the solution can be bypassed, can be evaded, and all of that. So those are the things that we need to
Thank you.
work on.
Thank you. So what I wanted to talk around is the skills that matter in 2025. So you've mentioned all of these top potential attacks that people may experience, organizations may experience in 2025. But for cybersecurity professionals, what do you think are the top skills that will matter in 2025 and going forward, and so that they can get, they can prepare for those kind of opportunity?
All right. So yeah. So the skill that matters. So just as I've highlighted, so as a cybersecurity professionals, first and foremost. So though I've mentioned more on the technical side, we need to it's high time that we need to learn how to, because you can't defend what you don't know. So as a cybersecurity professional, it's also dependent on the area of your maybe of your domain. We have different domain. We have network security. We have application security. We have people that focus on maybe line security and all of that. Any domain that you want to choose, make sure that you own the skill, understand the technology. understand also beyond you understand your domain, you also need to, in 2025 as cybersecurity professional, we need to hone our skill on artificial intelligence. For example, if you say you're a network engineer or network security engineer, and what you understand is just only about how to block rules on firewall, how to do stuff. Meanwhile, the very bad guys, they will be if they want to launch an attack, they can use an AI-driven bot so as a network security engineer, you can't say that because you're a network security engineer, you don't need, you are not less concerned. You're less concerned about artificial intelligence. You're less concerned about automation. Even a modern network security engineer, you need to understand how to automate. Now that you are having software-defined network, so you need to learn how to automate your processes, simple automation, some Python scripting. You can some level of automation. You can also know how to leverage on different automation tool. Like if you're a system security engineer, you need to scale up. You need to step up your game, understand the nitty-gritty of DevOps. You need to understand the container security, container itself, understand the Kubernetes, understand on how to on how to leverage on all of this, so that you also need to be thinking on so you need to embrace it, the technology, and embrace AI, embrace automation. Automation to is one of the skill that is key this year and the year coming. If you're a cybersecurity person and you don't understand some level of automation, you'll be you'll be caught unaware, because you can be by the time somebody's using a bot to attack your system, and you want to be blocking rules, you are creating rules, and you do not to automate your rules in such a way that if there is a automated attack, your rules must be able to know how to combat that. So we need to work more on and that's beyond that. Then the people skill is also key. Yes, you do. I focus more on and people skill how to collaborate, so that your stakeholders will not see you as a showstopper, and also how to be able to learn how to collaborate with ourselves, collaborate with the tech guys, with the developer, the software engineer, so that so people skill is cannot be, so that you will not be seen as a showstopper, right? So those are the top skills that you need to all these things. Learn about quantum mechanics, learn about blockchain if you work in financial, or even wherever you embrace the latest technology. You need to keep learning. You need to know as much as, for example, if you want to be a blockchain security engineer, you must also know as much as a blockchain developer what they know, and so that beyond what they know, they also add up. What start our job
Yeah.
is
Thank you.
very fun. Yeah.
Interesting. This is not part of the question I was going to have, but it was so today I was this week I've been analyzing the CV that were published in 2024, and I saw that about 40,291 CVs were published, and I was trying to take some lessons from there. In fact, it was because you mentioned you being interested in development, or if you want to be a security engineer and you're interested in blockchain, you must know how blockchain work and how it was developed. Now, there were 40,000 CVs that were published, over 40,000. What do you think cybersecurity professionals can do with that information, that there were 40,000 vulnerabilities that were shared in the industry in 2024?
Yeah, so we can learn those CVs. What we can't do is that we need to learn from those beyond those CVs, so that if you in my previous talk, I talked about the threat intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's not just about you. What do you do with those information that they have? You get what I'm saying? Because I've seen the different attack that before the attack, people are aware of the vulnerabilities. They'll be shouting out about the vulnerability, but nothing was done. You need to build intelligence. It's not enough for you to have, yes, you have a combination of people, you have a very elaborate processes, you're leveraging on technology. It's high time we build, you also add intelligence. If you have people, processes, and technology, you need to build intelligence on top. And the intelligence is all about what do you do with the information, the CV that you are the known vulnerability. What have you done with it? No, no, and based on the analysis, 98% of the exploits as a result of a known vulnerabilities. So if we can deal with all those known vulnerabilities, you're the 2%, the unknown vulnerability, at least you have some level of assurance. And also, if bad things happens, now at least you will not be ashamed of yourself that, okay, even if I thought you're hacked, you know that this hack is as a result of the unknown. Yeah, so we need to build intelligence around. That's why we need to ensure that we have a robust threat intelligence solution and also the threat intelligence team, the
Okay.
team that will proactively look at all those CVs. If there is any CVs, no CV, if your system should be able to automatically block that
Okay.
your traditional, sorry, your next generation firewall should be able to block any all those CVs and all those. So yeah, so
Excellent. We have like 12 minutes more, and I have 2 questions left. Beside questions that people may ask. My next question, or the second to the last question, is on hiring. So we have professionals on the call, and if I may want to, but by the way, Leke Zech is CISO, so I'm trying to, in case you have opportunity to interview with him tomorrow, but he wants to give you expo. If any of us on the call is to sit with you, like maybe an entry, somebody that is just starting out, or somebody that is just maybe 1 or 2 years experience in cybersecurity, what are the 3 things you'll be looking for in that person if you want to hire that person?
okay. So if I want to hire an entry level, the first thing I will look at is a passion. Are you passionate about technology? Are you passionate about cybersecurity? Because so many people wanted to do cybersecurity. I got a lot of people that want to, ask me to mentor. I mean to mentor them, that they want to go and dive into cybersecurity, maybe because they feel that okay, it is one of the top paying job and all of that. So first and foremost, I will look at, okay, are you really passionate about the technology, the passion, and also look at them. Are you really maybe I will look at it, test for your level of enthusiasm if you're an entry level. Because if you're not passionate about this job, you get into that job, you might get stuck. And I've seen a lot of people getting stuck. Yes, they are in the field, but they are stuck. Their knowledge are rotten, and they can't. They're just there. They're not adding value. Because I've had opportunity to hire in the last 3 years. I think I've hired about close to 100 staff. Even though as I was hiring them, some of them are, you know. So though I didn't have so don't get me wrong, I don't have up to 100 people working with me. But I was just doing the analysis, people that I've hired within the last 3 years, they're up to 100 staff. But I don't have up to 1/4 of them working with me again now, right? So what I'm saying is this, that I've hired people that you feel that okay, immediately you hire them, they are struggling with the job. Some of them, with the right mentorship, with the right stuff, they will be able to get over it. And some people, you keep want to hire them, but you want to mentor them, but because they don't lack that passion, so they're just there. Even whenever they want to leave you, you'll be in my mind. I will just be like, okay, after another, this guy is going. So there are some people that have gotten some best hire that if they want to leave me, I will see what I can do to retain them and all of that. So to me, if I want to hire people, I'll look at the passion first. And because the passion will drive whether you are teachable, whether you are flexible to learn, jump into new school. Then definitely, I will also look at the basics of, not that you tell me that okay, you are passionate about cybersecurity. I can't see any level of effort. First and foremost, I will ask you, what area of cybersecurity do you want to focus on? Maybe if you're an entry level, if you're an maybe. So if you can't give me that 10 minutes answer, I will be able to see some drive. What have you been doing? Like somebody that's you can't tell me that you study computer science or you study philosophy. You want to work as cybersecurity professionals. All throughout your university, all throughout you've not learned anything by yourself. Maybe you've not tried to. Maybe I'm happy when you display some roadmap about need to get some skill on AWS, some skill on stuff. If you've not done anything on your part and you say you want to do cybersecurity, to me that is a red flag for me. If you've not done something on your part before, because you can't just say that because if you are passionate about something, even though if you don't have somebody to mentor you, you will have taken some effort. And today, as far as technology is concerned, you can learn, you can be an expert without going through maybe through an academic process or through the formation. There are millions, billions of information on the internet. If you want to learn about something, you can. Yes, you can even with the advent of social media, you can even, if you need a mentor, you can. Somebody can be your mentor, and the person might not be aware of it. Somebody can be monitoring the person activities, look at the person's story, and also work along that line. I will look at what's the effort, personal effort that you've. Those are the things that I will look at if it's an entry level. But if it's somebody that has spent like 2-3 years in the cybersecurity, if you want to come in as a maybe second level engineer, I will also look at, okay, do you really merit that second level engineer? You must be able to, you get what I'm saying? So I will also see what you've done along the past. I'll also look at your skill set. Some basic skill set are very key. Yeah, for example, somebody that want to be a network engineer, network security engineer must understand the very principle of TCP, internet protocol. You must understand all of that, OSI, and you must be able to understand all of that. If you want to be an application security engineer, you must understand the very basic principle of software development. So for me, if I want to hire somebody that has an entry-level application security engineer, I would rather prefer somebody that has some level of programming experience or maybe an entry-level developer. It's easier for me to, not that somebody that will be completely blank or somebody that is passionate, maybe doing some effort, maybe doing some self-learning on development and all of that. I found to hire maybe a pen tester. I will look at somebody that has done some lab, maybe try, I can see those labs. There are plenty hard that you can play with. Do you have a personal lab? You don't need to be like a Kali Linux. What have you been doing with your Kali Linux box? Before I hire you as an entry level pen tester, can you pen test yourself? Can you pen test some all those stuff and like that. So those are the things I will be
Yeah,
looking at for.
thank you. I think you've said a lot that they can pick in case they meet you in the panel. All right, my last question is about, so we have a lot of people, and I really wanted to address this point. I've seen a lot of people wanting to do cybersecurity because they've heard that cybersecurity pays a lot. So, well, money is good. It's good to attract you, but I think you address some part of it, which is about passion. But I wanted to address people that I call cybersecurity wannabes. They are in different roles today, but they want to transition into cybersecurity. How do you think in this 2025, if they are truly interested in cybersecurity, how do you think they can plan their path to getting into cybersecurity?
All right. So thank you very much. And so today I've helped a couple of people to transit from non-cybersecurity professional to be professionals, people that doesn't have technology background, people that have some technology background. So I first of all start with what's their background. If you don't have any background on technology, I will encourage that you start with the very basic principle of computing. They should learn uh, fundamental of computing, maybe general fundamental of computing before they begin to. So there is still level of effort that need to be done. But somebody that is into core technology, it also depending on your. If you are maybe a network engineer and you want to transit to cybersecurity, I will encourage that you transit to network security engineer. So if you're somebody with software engineering, I advise that you start with application security engineer before you venture to other part of security. But if you're somebody that has never done cybersecurity before, I will first of all that you learn the basic of computing fundamentals. Start with there are different cybersecurity free cybersecurity certifications. ISC Square is suffering for the past 2 years. I think there's ISC Square cybersecurity certificate. I think they call it ISC Square CC. It's a free training that will teach you about the basic of the very basic of computing and also the very basic of fundamental. So different examining body have the fundamental certification where you can start with. ISACA have the ISACA Nexus Cybersecurity Fundamental Certificate. And are different stuff, and also you can if you're a person that's very passionate about so that you can also look at the compliance part of it. If you feel that okay, starting with something technical, you might get scared, or you might get being frustrated or be overwhelmed. I've seen somebody that start with cybersecurity compliance, and it transited from compliance, being a compliance person, to being a security engineer, being a network security engineer. You can start with something basic, and also you must also have a roadmap. You need to give yourself a roadmap. Okay, in the next couple of months, these are the things that you need to learn. If you don't know anything about technology, I will encourage that you start. If you don't know anything about technology, so I don't know whether you can hear me. I will
Yeah,
I will ensure that you learn
thank
some
you.
basic
Yeah,
of computing as well.
I can hear you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Leke, I think this is a power pack session. I'm done with my question, and I just want to ask if anyone has a question. And while we're waiting, I think we have less than 5 minutes to go. I don't want the video to be more than, or the record to be more than 1 hour. But while we're waiting for maybe any question in the chats, if there's no question, we also have 5 minutes. Like, I wanted to talk about the bug bounty programs that people who may be interested in ethical hacking or penetration testing or offensive security, that they can explore if they just want to get excited and also contribute to knowledge and maybe possibility of getting recognized. What are those bug bounty programs that are there?
Okay. Yeah. So there are different bug bounty program that you can leverage on. One of my favorite is HackerOne. So we have we have different. So if you subscribe to HackerOne, so different companies, different technology company do a lot of they partner with HackerOne. So like Microsoft, Facebook, sorry, now called Meta, Google, and you can subscribe to them. But before you subscribe, make sure that you have the competence, develop some hacking skills and all of that. So that some of them might just give you like kind of, if you participate. If you're able to discover a vulnerability, some will just give you something like a souvenir. Some will give you something like a kind of maybe like kind of something, mention your name, which can also assist your career. For example, maybe if you are an ethical hacker and you are finding it difficult to get your first job, you can register to that. We have Bugcrowd, you have Bugcrowd is one of my favorites, so you can subscribe to them, and you might be lucky. There was a time that I met a guy. The guy chose not to work with any company. What he's doing for a living, he's just doing bug bounty, and the guy is doing very well. And he was able to. It depended on the level of the criticality. Some company will pay you $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, depending on the criticality of the vulnerabilities. If at all they don't pay you, the recognition that you get, and also if you, for example, if you're an ethical hacker, you're able to convince me that you've been recognized by a company, by one of the top tech companies that they've acknowledged your vulnerability. Trust me, I will create. You'll be on the fast lane in my hiring process. So I will.
That's
I
nice.
won't.
That's a good one.
So
All right. So there are a few questions. I want to just rush through them. I don't want to spend more than 2-3 minutes left. So, Leke, you can just provide any one of them with a fast answer. So one is asking, what are the ways to leverage on AI and automation in terms of learning? Possibly, are there platforms where someone can learn AI and automation?
okay, yeah. So what are the ways to leverage on AI? Okay, yeah, yes. You can learn. There are a lot of platforms whereby you can learn the AI and automation. I think different cloud service provider, the major player in this. I know that AWS has a platform where you can learn for free. Microsoft also have a platform. If you register to Microsoft.learn, and you can leverage on that. And also, at a point in time, it's also dependent on your organization. Microsoft does some free training for people working in certain organization. At times, they also do free training for people that have undergone some of their fundamental training. So you can leverage on these different platforms, and also there are a lot of free platform online, like Coursera. Some universities also do some freebies, basic AI course on automation, and also some companies do that. And also you can also check up your some people also push stuff out on YouTube to be on automation. Yeah,
Okay.
so there are different platforms. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me see. I didn't scroll more than the first page here, but let me see what I have on my. So I think that we've come to the end of today's session. I am trying to go to my shared screen so that I can go through the other aspect of what I have. So we have a group. In case you don't know, this session will be uploaded on that group, and you can see also other past sessions. We have a LinkedIn group. We have a YouTube page. And so today, I'm marking today green because we've successfully completed this edition. I have been able to secure for the first quarter already mapped out. So we have speakers already for the next 5 editions, so January, February, and March. And we'll be planning ahead. Again, I developed this growth plan for anyone who would want to, have something that they are looking at to develop themselves. I mentioned that in the publication that I made, there are tools that were showing up in almost every vacancy. And it's important that you at least have that first-hand experience. Most of these tools are free. I remember when I was learning Nessus, it was an application you have to download. I downloaded it and I installed and I started using it. Today, you just there's Nessus. There are multiple scanners that you can use because they come up in most vacancies. And if you can show that you already have them, I think they can tick the boxes for you. The other thing that Leke mentioned is your own lab. As a cybersecurity professional, you need your own lab, meaning you need to have a system that you actually practices some things. So there are some tools that you may not have hands-on experience within a workplace, but you can have it in your own private lab. If you are transitioning into cybersecurity, you need to have an understanding of technology because every security is layered on a platform. And I hope that you take some of the lessons that Becky has shared with us and use that to advance your career. There are some questions in the chat room. Is there a group chat? Okay. So we have a WhatsApp group for cybersecurity mentoring group. There's a WhatsApp group, but most interaction happen on the LinkedIn group. Yeah, that's where most interaction. The WhatsApp group is just like a notice board. Good evening. Thank you so much for sharing experience. I recently got CC certifications. I'm also entering 100 level in the university. What is the next certification you think I should take? So I have to disclose that this is my friend's son. Yeah, Dapo, I will be talking to you. In fact, immediately I saw your name, I chatted your dad. Don't worry, you are my son. So we will take this one to the house. We will sort it out in the house. I will chat your dad so I can get your number. Don't worry. Let's leave the question for other people. We'll talk on this. What's other thing I have here? Okay, that's all. Thank you everyone for joining. Leke, I must appreciate and thank you so much. I know you are very busy, so I will not come back very soon, but I will come back. I'll come back sometime. And thank you so much for sharing with us. And I wish you all the best. We'll connect again. All right. Thank you.
For your time.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And bye-bye for now.